Margaret had always been strong. At 76, she still walked her dog every morning, cooked for herself, and refused to use a cane. "I'm not old," she'd laugh, "just seasoned." But one Tuesday morning changed everything. She was reaching into the cabinet to grab her favorite mug, the one with the roses her granddaughter painted. In one simple motion, she turned her head, stepped back slightly, and then her world flipped. Her foot caught on nothing. Her balance disappeared like it had never been there. The kitchen floor hit her like stone. And the mug? It shattered beside her, like something symbolic, something final. She didn't break a bone. She broke her confidence. That is what no one tells you about falling after 70. It is not just the bruises. It's the fear that comes next, the hesitation when you reach for something, the avoidance of stares, the quiet doubt that whispers, "Maybe I can't trust my body anymore." And here's the truth. Margaret wasn't clumsy. She wasn't careless. She was just unprepared for what aging does to balance, reaction time, muscle strength, and inner coordination. In this video, you're going to discover the 7 habits that protect seniors from falling. Simple, science-based routines that restore strength, prevent silent risk factors, and bring back the confidence to move through your day without fear. We'll also uncover the real reasons seniors fall, reasons your doctor probably never told you. Because it's not always poor vision. It's not always clutter. Sometimes it starts deep in your nervous system, or even your gut. And most importantly, we'll show you how to detect the early signs that a fall is coming before it happens. Margaret didn't know. But after that day, everything changed. She learned how to move again, smarter, safer, stronger. You can too. So why do seniors like Margaret, strong, alert, careful, still fall? The first reason might surprise you. Muscle loss. Quiet, invisible, but deadly. After age 30, we lose about 3–5% of our muscle mass every decade. But after 70, that decline accelerates, especially if we're not doing anything to fight it. It is called sarcopenia, and it affects more than half of all adults over 75. Here is what it looks like. Standing up takes longer than it used to. You struggle to carry groceries up a few stairs. You find yourself grabbing furniture just to walk down the hall. It sneaks in gradually. One day you're independent. The next, you're depending on a chair just to put on socks. But here's the good news. Muscle loss is reversible. You can rebuild strength. You can stabilize your body. You just need to start moving in the right way. Not harder, but smarter. The second hidden reason seniors fall? Vestibular decline. That's the part of your inner ear that controls balance and spatial awareness. It weakens as we age, not because you're sick, but because you're alive. Margaret said it best. Sometimes I'd walk into a room and feel like the floor moved, just a little, like my head wasn't quite in sync with my body. That's not imagination. That's your body saying, I need help recalibrating. And here's what's dangerous. Vestibular dysfunction doesn't just cause dizziness, it causes doubt. You stop trusting your movements, you hesitate on steps, and that hesitation, it's often what causes the fall. So what can you do about it? We'll get to the habits in a moment. But first, you need to understand. Falls don't start when you hit the floor. They start when your brain, muscles, and balance system stop working together. And most of that breakdown is silent, gradual, preventable. You might think falls are about weak legs or slippery floors. But what if I told you? Your gut might be one of the biggest reasons you feel off balance. That's the third hidden reason seniors fall: poor gut health and nutrient absorption. As we age, our digestion slows. We produce less stomach acid. We absorb fewer nutrients, especially B12, magnesium, and vitamin D, all essential for nerve health, muscle response, and coordination. Without these nutrients, you may start to feel tingling in your feet, numbness in your legs, slow reaction when you move or trip. Margaret didn't know she was B12 deficient. She just thought her legs fell asleep more than usual. But that lack of feedback, of connection between foot and brain, was what caused her to misstep. Now let us talk about the fourth hidden reason, one you would never expect. interrupted sleep, and nighttime oxygen drops. That's right. If you have sleep apnea, shallow breathing, or restless nights, your brain is missing out on oxygen. And that affects your balance system, your alertness, and even your reaction time the next day. After her fall, she said, "I realized I hadn't spoken to another person face-to-face in 5 days, not one." The body doesn't just respond to diet and movement. It responds to meaning, connection, touch, conversation. When you have no one to walk with, you stop walking. When you have no one to catch you, you stop reaching. But you were never meant to do this alone. The 7th hidden reason seniors fall is also the hardest to admit. Fear itself. That's right. Once you fall, or even come close, your brain starts to build walls. You avoid uneven ground. You skip the stairs. You stop reaching high shelves. You walk slower, tighter, more cautiously. And here's the cruel twist. That fear makes you more likely to fall again. Why? Because fear changes your gait. It stiffens your joints. It lowers your center of gravity unnaturally. And worst of all, it tells your brain, we're not safe anymore. But here's what Margaret learned. Confidence is a habit. Balance is a skill. And both can be rebuilt. So now, let's shift. You've heard the 7 hidden causes. Now it's time for the 7 habits that will help you stand stronger, move safer, and live with courage again. Let's begin with the first 3. Habit 1, the 60-second rise routine. Every morning before getting out of bed, flex your ankles 10 times, take 5 deep breaths, sit for 30 seconds before standing. This simple routine reduces morning dizziness and improves circulation. Habit 2, the wall walk. Find a clear wall in your home. Stand with your heels back and head touching it. Then, take 5 slow steps forward, upright and aligned. Repeat this twice daily to retrain posture and core balance. Habit 3, the water timer rule. Drink 1 glass of water every 2 waking hours. Dehydration is one of the leading causes of weakness, fatigue, and dizziness in older adults, and it often goes unnoticed. These habits aren't about becoming an athlete. They are about giving your body the tools it needs to protect you before the danger happens. Margaret started with just habit 1. 3 weeks later, she was walking her dog again, with a smile, not fear. You've already learned the first 3 habits. Now let's complete the set. These next 4 don't just prevent falls. They help you move through life with more freedom, more dignity, and more peace of mind. Habit 4, the balanced touch. Game. Every day, spend 3 minutes balancing on 1 foot, holding a sturdy chair or wall for support. Alternate feet. Keep eyes open. Start with 10 seconds, build up. This stimulates your inner ear, your stabilizing muscles, and your brain's coordination systems. It's gentle, but powerful. Habit 5. Create a 3-zone home map. Walk through your home and identify. Red zones, clutter, loose rugs. Poor lighting. Yellow zones. Safe during the day, risky at night. Green zones. Safest paths to bathroom, kitchen door. Place nightlights, clear paths, and always keep your red zones clean. You are designing your home to protect your body before it's too late. Habit 6. Strengthen with intention, not intensity. You don't need a gym. You need movement that speaks to your nervous system. Sit and stand from a chair 10 times twice a day. March in place near a countertop. Use light weights or canned food for arm lifts. These small, consistent movements tell your brain, I'm capable, I'm strong, I'm still here. Habit 7. Human connection. Yes, this is a balance habit. Join a walking group. Call a friend daily. Invite someone for tea once a week. The more connection you feel, the more purpose you restore. And the more purpose you feel, the more likely you are to move, to stand tall, to protect your life. Margaret said, I didn't just stop falling. I started living again. I remembered who I was. Because that's what this is really about. Not just safety, but dignity. Not just staying on your feet, but walking forward without fear. Falling isn't just about the floor, it's about what happens afterward, the fear, the silence, the hesitation that creeps in every time you move, the way your world gets smaller. One avoided, step at a time. But here, as what Margaret learned, and what I hope you remember, you are not fragile. You are adaptable. Your body listens. It responds. It rebuilds. And with the right habits, the ones you now know, you can reclaim the confidence to walk through your home, through your life, with strength. So let's look back, just for a moment. You've learned the 7 hidden reasons seniors fall, from muscle loss, to silent medications, to emotional isolation. You've discovered the 7 habits that restore control, from balance exercises, to hydration, to connection and strength. Now the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Don't just watch this video and move on. Stand up. Literally, feel your feet, take a breath, look around your space, and ask yourself, am I ready for tomorrow morning? Because that's where change begins. If this message spoke to you, please share it. Send it to someone you love, someone who's scared of falling but doesn't know how to say it, someone who's still pretending they're fine. And don't stop here. Watch the next video in this series. 8. Early signs you may live to 100, and how to strengthen them today. Because the goal is not just avoiding death, it's about creating a life worth living. You are not a number. You are not your age. You are not your last fall. You are a story still being written. So write it, step by step, with courage, clarity, and care. You're still standing. And that is the beginning of everything.